Hey everybody, this is Sherry, and I'm back with my final projects for the Mega Magnolia March 2017 event. And I wanted to again thank Nurse Laurel for giving me this opportunity. I have absolutely loved every minute of it, and I have loved coloring my little tildes and just trying to make every project a little different, so that hopefully I will give you all some inspiration for Easter or spring projects. And I'm hoping that you enjoyed this series of videos as much as I did. And I'm going to start with these two projects for my final and last video. And I use the Tim Holtz pocket envelope that I was gifted from Becky, who is Aunt Beck's Creation, here on YouTube, to make the little envelopes, and they look like this on the back, and you flip them over. Now I will tell you that when I did this one first, then I did this one second. I realized that it works better if you put a thick, and I mean thick like your 110-pound cardstock as the base for these circles, because then they don't come down on the sides and make it difficult to get the string through. So I did find that, oops, there we go, and that's how that one opens. And the same with this one, and I don't know if, yeah, I think you can see a little bit. There's the cream 110-pound cardstock under here, and it just goes on and around so much smoother than this one does. But they both still look great, and they both still work. It just, you know, if you're going to use that die, I would definitely recommend using a thicker cardstock for the button. And for this one here, I used the Lovely Story paper pack. It's first edition. I was gifted it by Lisa, who is Charlisa's Crafty Corner here on YouTube. I collared her up with my Copics. I used the 110-pound Recollections cardstock for the base of the envelope. I used my Memento Jet Black ink for the outside, and then I just cut. What I did was I made the envelope, then I cut a base that covered it, which would be this peach right here, and then cut 1/4 of an inch smaller and made this designer paper, this floral paper, and then 1/4 of an inch smaller and cut my little tilde out there. And I just put a little bit of grass there on the bottom, or green, to give her something to stand on. And when you open it up, and I cut a little notch, I don't know, you ain't gonna be able to see it that way, but I cut right there. I cut a little notch out of mine to try to make it a little easier to get in, but I don't know that it makes much of a difference. And then I used my Memento Desert Sand ink to make a lighter impression of the same tilde, so that, you know, you can have some place to write. And if you need extra space, you could still write over top of her, and it wouldn't interfere with, you know, reading your words. And then here's the next one, and she is this one is made from me and my big ideas, the breast cancer paper pad. Again, I use the Tim Holtz die, and then this is Boxing Tilda that I was gifted from Nurse Laurel. And I paper pieced her and did a lot of paper piecing on her for her gloves and her shirt and her little socks and her shoes. And I did a video showing how I did my paper piecing. I'm not sure that I explained it well enough, in that, like, when I cut out her socks are supposed to be, her shoes would be on top of them. So rather than just cut out this pink piece and glue it on, I put from the pink piece from the top of the sock down, I left, and then I cut out a white piece for her shoe and then put that on top, so that from your body all the way out in the layers of clothing that you wore or would wear, that's how I did her. So, you know, she's not all flat. She's got, you know, different dimension to her. Colored her up with my Copics, and then the thing here on the side says, "Be strong, live honorably and with dignity. When you don't think you can, hold on." And I have, my mom and my sisters have all are breast cancer survivors, and along with my son Jesse, who had leukemia. So this is something that we feel very strongly about, and I hope that I can encourage just one person to go out and, do your self-exams and take care of yourself and, follow through with those mammograms, ladies. And it's not any fun, but you know what? If it saves your life, we'll suck it up and get through it. And then I cut another piece of the same paper for the inside here and just layered it together so that, I would be able to write on here. And I will probably send this one, like I said, to my mom or one of my sisters, just as a reminder to, make sure they go for their follow-ups and all of that. And then I just used some twine that I had in my stash and put that underneath with a few brads that I had. And I have not bought brads in a long, long time and did not realize how few I had left until I was looking for brads for this project. So I'm going to have to do something about that, I guess. And this just twists up around, and there you go. It's closed back up. Alright guys, for my next project, I did another card, and this is Cozy Tilda, and she's from their Christmas collection. But honestly, I think she could be done up for, any time of the year where, it's colder and fall and winter and in the nights and stuff. But I did use some Christmas paper here in the background from Bo Bunny called Altitude. And then I used some purple cardstock from my stash, the stitched rectangles that I got from eBay. My card base is the Recollections 110-pound cardstock. And then I collared her pajamas up with V22, 25, and 28. And then the little trim and her boots I did in E40, 41, and 42. And I just wanted it really, muted. And I didn't want to do, Christmas, because like I said, I want to be able to use her, this fall. Or, this is not funny, but I keep thinking, when it gets cold again and my mom's up there freezing her tail off and I'm down in Florida, I can say, "Here, Mom, let me remind you of your cold, slushy weather. That's why you should move to Florida to be with your daughter." And, but this is my Tilda, and I use my black glaze pens, my black and my white glaze pens for her eyes. And colored her with my E 000, 00, and E01 for her skin tones. And I'll bring her up here a little closer so you can see her, and then hopefully see some of the wording back here. It says like powdery, freezing, melting, slushy, rainy snow. This paper was real chipper, as you can tell. And but I just thought it was cute, and I thought, I get a kick out of every once in a while, calling Mom up this winter when she was, it was 0 degrees up there, going, "Boy, it's cold down here. It's like 60 degrees. I was like, 60 degrees isn't cold. But I thought it was funny. So I just left the inside blank because, like I said, I don't intend to use it for a Christmas card, just some kind of a winter card to, like probably torture my mom, like I said. So this is my next card, and I'll be back in one moment with my final card for the projects. Alright guys, for my final project for the Magnolia March 2017 event is this card right here, and I used Frizzy Tilda for the image. I collared her up with B93, 95, and 97 for her shorts. Her little shirt and the umbrella are R24, 27, and 29. And then I used W1 and 0 for the little shadows that I put in underneath where there would be shadows on the grass behind her. And the reason that the umbrella looks different is because I've put glossy accents on it, and I really like how it came out. I used the glossy accents. It just looks so dimensional, And then I used a silver gel pen for the handle of the umbrella because they're always silver. And so I did that. I used, for the little puddle here that she's playing in and the little ripples that she's made, I used a Gerda Steiner Cheerful Hedgehogs set for that. I used the Tim Holtz Mowed Lawn and Broken China for the inking in the background. I used my Mama Elephant Blessed stamp set for the sentiment. And then these are the flowers. I don't know how well you'll be able to see them. They're real tiny and they're cupped. They're dimensional. And that Nurse Laurel sent me in my DT package, and I put them on with my art glitter glue, and they're staying. I mean, I've had this card done for several weeks, and everything's staying right where it, it hasn't moved. And that was my concern, that they would, come loose, but they're not. They're doing great. That art glitter glue is fantastic. Then I used a Stampin' Up! Mini Pearl and just put a teeny tiny little pearl inside each one of those. And then I used my black and my white glaze pen for her eyes. And then I just went over the image back here with my Copics and made the little flicks and things of grass for you to make the thing look more dimensional and more lifelike. But that was it. And I used my Memento Sky Blue ink for the puddle, and that's it, guys. She was just so much fun. And I used for the white here, instead of using my gel pen, I used my glaze pen. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it makes little tiny raised dots, just a little bit. And when you run your finger over them, they feel really neat. And I used them for the little buttons on her breeches as well. And it just gives it a neat little texture and just makes something, I don't know, it makes you feel like you want to rub the card. I don't know, I think that sounds funny, but it really does make you want to just rub the card. But that's it, guys. This is my last project. I really had a wonderful time. And I do want to thank Nurse Laurel again for giving me this opportunity and allowing me to have all this fun with these awesome images. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this. There will be drawings for prizes by the majority of the design team. So make sure that you go to everyone's videos. Make sure that you comment and subscribe and like all of the videos for the design team, because Nurse Laurel will be doing a giveaway on her channel for that, and the drawing for mine will be next week. Thanks for visiting me today, guys, and happy crafting. Bye.